my major, SMAD, Media Arts and Design, where I was an interactive media major. And that's where I met my current boss. Basically, I found out that her name is Janet Driscoll Miller. She's CEO of Search Mojo here in Charlottesville, which is where I work. And I found out that they had a job opening, that she was also coming to this job fair. And I applied for the job. It was probably for a business student, but I applied anyway, and tried to market myself to her. Then saw that she was coming to this job day event, and basically had my professor introduce me. She looked at my portfolio. Honestly, I felt kind of bad because she spent most of the day with me and didn't really talk to any of the other students, but it was that initiative that, who knows, thanks to my parents for instilling that in me or something, but I kind of hunted her down, and she looked at my portfolio, looked at all of my information, and I had told her, look, I recently applied for a job with you, whatnot, and she made some suggestions for my resume and for my cover letter, which are very important pieces you'll see as you go on, but I made those corrections to them and resubmitted them. She said that I could if I wanted to. I wanted the job. And actually that ended up landing me this created job of social media specialist. There were other candidates that were probably better suited for the junior account manager position that I was originally applying for. But if you're persistent enough, you never know what might happen. So I did follow up with her multiple times, had a couple interviews, and luckily she had just gone to a big search engine optimization conference out in California somewhere. And social media was all the rage when she was there. So after speaking to me and hearing my skill set of PR and interactive media, and then hearing again all about social media at this industry conference, she was like, I might want to add this on for my clients. So luckily I ended up being able to step in and help her fill that void in her company, and I think it's going really well just in general. But network. If I wouldn't have gone to the job fair, I wouldn't have had a job today potentially. I don't know. I applied for a lot of jobs online, and that was fine, but as far as actually being able to network, meet people in person, show them your true personality, being able to physically show them what you can do either through a portfolio, a resume, cover letter, that kind of thing, I believe that's so much more powerful than just, hi, my name is so-and-so, I'm emailing you because I, just like the other 300 people that have emailed you this week, want a job, right? So using those in-person experiences and really networking helps me out a lot. So now I landed the job at Search Mojo, and like I said, it's a search engine marketing firm that was founded by Janet, so it's a startup company. We do search engine optimization, pay-per-click advertising, and the new added feature is social media monitoring, which is my gig. As I said, we are located just about 10 minutes away, but I've never been to Darden or really UVA before. Like I said, I'm a JMU student, so sorry for showing up a tad late there. But we've been featured in those publications listed, Marketing Pilgrim, Washington Post, Search Engine Journal. Most of those other ones listed are just kind of big in our industry that I had never heard of before I even started in SEO. And Janet is a really well-known speaker. She goes to all of the big conferences and whatnot, and she just spoke with Rand Fishkin, and it's really big names in the search industry, and she spoke with them on a panel recently, just the other week. So she's doing very well, making a name for herself in the industry, and really it's a pleasure to work with her, to learn from her, to see how she runs not just the search engine optimization business, but just a business in general. Where I interned, it was a large corporation, and it was worldwide. So it was a very different vibe from being at a startup, where this is completely overdressed for a normal day at the office. So So it's kind of a great experience to have those two work environments tucked away, so that as I go on in my career, I know what I like and whatnot. But it's really a fun environment to be in. Here are some of our clients right now. We work with Taco Bell, Mazda, Science Logic, located up in DC, Kogod School of Business, Georgetown Continuing Studies. So even though National Geographic, so even though we are a small, located in Charlottesville startup, our results and that kind of thing aren't necessarily small or able to be looked over. So it's really great to have that experience working and seeing ongoing tasks of people working on those clients. I don't necessarily work on all of those. Social media is not implemented in all of our accounts right now. But just being able to listen in on, that's kind of just another tip. Wherever you're able to kind of just listen in on meetings in the future, go for it. Even though it might not directly impact you, right when I first started, it was great. I hardly knew anything about SEO. I knew about public relations, writing, social media a little bit, because it's so new. But in the past year or so, I've learned a whole lot, so hopefully I can start sharing that with you right now. On a daily basis, I communicate with clients, communicate with industry professionals on Twitter. It's kind of funny on Twitter. You can be talking to someone who's completely famous in the industry, and just as long as you look like what you're talking about and you're sharing information and whatnot, I mean, I would say hopefully I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not super well known in the industry quite yet. But I found that people who are really well known will chit-chat back and forth with me on Twitter. It's a really great environment to just send them something, see if they'll respond, kind of go from there. But I'll also communicate with our Search Mojo fans and followers on Facebook and Twitter on a daily basis. Blogger outreach, where we'll ask them for certain anchor text or whatnot for links, and then of course internal emails and whatnot. But I'm also the moderator of, it's called SEO411. I don't know if you guys have talked about Twitter chats or anything yet, and hashtags, but in the industry it's kind of popular to see different hashtags floating around. And that's this thing here with a number sign. And basically, in the industry, people use them to mark their tweets if they're at conferences. So today, if I was tweeting, I could be doing hashtag lead. And if anybody else was tweeting, they could use that same hashtag so that we would all know we were at the same event. So for example, we created SEO 411 at Search Mojo. And every Tuesday at 2 p.m., I don't know how many of you have Twitter accounts, but if you want to learn about SEO, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I moderate the Search Mojo Twitter account and start sending out